Okay, and welcome to the Augy Johnston show. We're live with Brad LaChance and a mystery person. Thanks for being with us, guys.
Thank you.
So,
Do it.
what?
Let's do it.
Okay, so when we were talking on the phone the other day, you discussed a little bit about the Southwest Valley. Of course, you were focused on Mayweather versus Pacquiao, and you really painted a picture as far as the area that you live. What kind of area is this? Southwest Valley, Albuquerque.
It's like I told you the other day. Like the better parts are more north. Like the closer you get to the mountains,
Uh huh.
this is where like the $1 million housing places. Just the nicer suburban areas and more safer areas. But it's changed quite a bit. There's no guarantee of safety in Albuquerque. It's really there's no guarantee of safety here. But typically the further south you go, the more rougher it's considered.
Okay.
But it's also a little more spacious. And there's a lot more land and stuff like that.
Now you stated that you live off of like a dirt road or something, and there's some really rich guy that lives over there.
Well, I was just saying, and my wife will second guess this. Yeah, it's a dirt road. We're not like in the fucking boonies. You go down this Bridge Avenue, which is like a regular street. Then once you turn off on our street, it's like a dirt road. And then like there's a real dichotomy in housing. There's actually like what appears to be like a heroin den, like a boarded up house.
Okay. Do you think I can get coke there? Because
outside there the other day. What's that?
do you think I can get coke there? Because I haven't done coke in a while and I want to do it.
Probably, but I'd have to mail that to you, and I wouldn't do that. It's a federal offense, You'd probably be better off with that drug shit. And then, there's just a lot of, sleazy gangbanger types. And then you see a lot of foot traffic, and they're usually heading to those apartments.
The apartments that are boarded up.
Well, the apartments aren't boarded up, but they might as well be. They're just, really run down.
Okay.
And they look like almost like little boxes, like Japanese apartments almost.
So we might see this on an episode of Drugs Inc. Hopefully.
And there's a lot of nice houses, a lot of land, and it's scattered around all these shitholes, Did you tell them about the boarded up house that has the $100,000 buses parked behind it? Right, a lot of weird stuff going on here. There's another boarded up house, and it's got these really expensive RVs parked behind it. No, not RVs. They're they're like tour buses. Yeah.
Strange.
I think there's an RV too. I'll have to
like Leonard Skinner's held up in there or something. Now, as we sort of move forward here, guys, you also stated that you live in a pretty huge home, right? Couple bedrooms.
Yeah, it's
Den.
how would you say square footage is? I would take a stab at between 12 and 1,500 feet. It's about 1,500 square feet. It's definitely the biggest space I live in. I lived in a really nice big house when I was down there in Denver briefly before I moved up here. And our room is huge. It's 600.
To give you the dichotomy, we have 3 people in a 1 bedroom.
Yeah, for 1 bedroom, it's our bedroom. The master bedroom is 600 feet. Because I live in an apartment complex. I live with. When I first moved here, I lived in an apartment that's about the same size as my bedroom now.
So
it's pretty cool. And it's an older house. It's run down, and they don't want to take care of it and stuff. But it's nice that it's there's room for shit.
So Mayweather, there's been some news about Mayweather since that. I call it a boxing match. People in the know call it a fight. But for this show, we're going to call it a boxing match. Apparently, he's bought 102 cars from a Las Vegas car dealer over the years. Dodges up to Rolls Royce. The dealer says that he buys them all. He buys them all the time, and I guess you'd have to. I guess you'd have to if you have 102 cars, right? And Floyd Mayweather, that's his name, right? He's being sued by his ex-girlfriend, Josie Harris. You know Rachel Nichols, that sideline reporter? with the red hair. Have you ever seen her?
I've never seen her.
She's a sideline reporter for the NFL, college basketball, and I guess she has a show on CNN now. She says that she introduced her show and she said, "While Mayweather is adored by fight fans, there is a darker side. In 2010, he went to prison because he grabbed the mother of his 3 children by the hair, punched her in the face repeatedly, and then threatened to kill her. This was also in front of his 3 kids, who he also threatened to kill."
Yeah, I was aware of all that. I think he landed some pretty good shots in the shoulder too.
I just find it funny that she thinks like there's a darker side. The guy gets paid to beat people up. That's what he does. And she's appalled by this.
I mean, look at history. Usually the angriest people make pretty good boxers.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like the more, you don't see any fucking. That's why you always see like the best boxers are like coming in. They're obviously have a chip on their shoulder. They're very angry. They're coming out of the ghetto.
Give me an example. I mean, we've got Tyson. We know that was the case with Tyson, and we know a lot of boxers come from a lower socioeconomic background. What are some other names that you can give us here?
My wife said Johnny Tapia. I don't know if you've heard that name before.
No.
He recently passed from a coke overdose, actually. He recently passed. I think it was a prescription. Oh, was it? I thought it was a coke. He's a really good boxer. He was in one of the lower divisions, but he's been he's from here. But he was on HBO. Or like I used to watch the boxing on HBO. He was on HBO quite a few times. Did
you guys hear about Rey Mysterio? He was involved with that match down there in Mexico, and that he was wrestling a guy, and the guy died.
I did not hear about this.
At first, I thought it was Rey Mysterio Jr., but I guess he did some move on some wrestler, and it broke the guy's neck, and he died there in the ring. And there's video footage of it on YouTube.
Holy shit. But it's not Rey Mysterio?
At first, I thought it was Rey Mysterio. This was a few weeks ago, but apparently it was somebody who was wrestling.
Interesting.
Guys, you've been great. Thank you so much for being on the show. Have a good night.
All right, take care.
Thank you.